If you're enjoying these late models on the Atomic Power Racing Hour, you need to be there in person. The Go Nuclear Late Model Challenge Series is coming to a track near you with all the dirt-flinging, side-by-side racing, and bumper-to-bumper action that you can handle. Come see the cars and stars of the Atomic Power Racing Hour as they battle for bragging rights. Time's running out on the 2012 season. Catch the Go Nuclear late models before the final checkered flag falls. Catch the series at the Brockville Speedway for the Northeast Fall Nationals, October 12th.
Closing in on the conclusion of the Atomic Power Racing Hour here at Mohawk International Raceway, where Dale Caswell has cleared the scales and strolled into victory lane on his very first trip ever to the 4/10 mile oval. Caswell led all 30 laps of tonight's feature and proved why he is one of the best in the region. Lapped traffic was gnarly down the stretch, but Dale was able to hold off the pack to cross first underneath the checkered flag he now gets to hold and show off to the huge crowd before talking with Rich Black.
Well, going into the night, Dale Caswell said he was a little low on his feature win total. Maybe that's just the number of races being run. First Go Nuclear Late Model Series race of the year and a convincing win. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I mean, we ran good in the heat. We got a good draw. We started on the outside. I knew the outside was where it had to be. I was just a little bit worried on that original start, make sure he wasn't going to get up there and take the lane, but man, what an awesome place.
And then a few restarts after that where Tim was really battling with you.
Yeah, I mean, we were sailing down the front stretch side by side, and the car was so good I literally didn't even have to lift. I was just flat-footing it all the way around the track.
And then those last few laps, all of it green to checker, what's going through your mind?
I couldn't get over soon enough. This place was so fast, you're so on the throttle, your head's leaned over and you're really fighting that right front, but man, it feels so awesome. Long drive, a lot of hours, good crowd, good place.
And it pays off. Nice job.
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Dale Caswell picks up the win in his machine, and it was convincing from start to finish.
Let's look back now at how Dale pulled it off here tonight. He started on the outside pole, but quickly asserted himself out in front of Tim Sears Jr. on the opening circuit, and led comfortably until lap 5, when Rob Mason flipped over his number 68. 5 laps later, Matt Vanderlinden spun around while running in 10th. On the ensuing restart, Greg Bellier moved by fellow Frankfurt, Ontario driver Phil Potts for 3rd and set his sights on the lead duo, who duked it out on what would be the race's final restart on lap 13. Sears put in a valiant effort, but on each restart did not have the momentum to supplant Caswell from the lead. It would be the last challenge the R19 would see on the night. A few laps later, Sears would fall back into the clutches of Bellier, who attempted a slide job in turn 3 on lap 16. But that time, Tim had the answer, but it would not last. 5 laps later, Bellier would get back into his groove and muscle the runner-up spot away from the 3T. Sears did a nice job just to keep his car from spinning out. And with those two concentrating on one another, it made it easier for Caswell to cruise to the win. Crossing second would be Greg Bellier, who Rich Black caught up with trackside.
Well, a solid second-place run for Greg Bellier, and I'm sure you're just thinking either a few more laps or maybe one more caution, right?
I'm quite happy to settle for a second. There were some big guns behind me, Timmy Sears, Sean Beardsley. I'll take a second here with these guys any day. I don't know whether a few laps would have changed the outcome or not. Dale was really fast, and just happy to be here and have the car in one piece so we can go race tomorrow night.
No question about it. Nice job.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody, for coming.
Runner-up finish for Greg Bellier. He was good, just ran out of a few laps.
Here is how the rest of the field came across the finish line in our Gator Racing News Race Rundown. A nice balance of Americans and Canadians near the front, with 3 drivers from north of the border in the top 8. Plenty of praise needs to be sent to Phil Potts and A.J. Kingsley for their charges forward into the top 5. Potts started in 12th, while Kingsley started behind him in 14th. Nice job to them. All but Miller and Jacobs on this page were a lap down to the leader. Art Holliday, who fought through a heat race crash where he dislocated his thumb, was 13th. While Matt Vanderlinden, who spun out while inside the top 10, was just behind him in 14th. And here are the drivers that did not have the night go the way they wanted. Sopaz, Tenace, and flipper Rob Mason did not finish, while a heat race crash precluded Steve Coit from starting the feature. Now let's go back down trackside with Rick Black, who was caught up with the 3rd place finisher tonight.
Well, a strong third place finish tonight for Tim Sears Jr. I know you had your battles for the lead. What more would it have taken to get around Dale?
I'm not sure. He was just better all night. I mean, he beat us in the heat race, and we just didn't quite have the car under me.
The track changed a lot, though, from the heat to the feature.
Yeah, and the feature it started getting slippery, and I started getting free at the end, so that kind of, I lost a couple spots because of that.
And then that long green flag run towards the end. Tell me about that.
Yeah, the more laps we ran, the freer the car got, so I was just kind of holding on at the end.
Work to do for next time, right?
Yeah, we're always learning.
Car number 3, spot number 3 tonight, Tim Sears Jr. rounds out the podium.
Final pictures being taken in victory lane for tonight's winner, Dale Caswell, as we round out the first ever Atomic Power Racing Hour. We hope you've enjoyed our night at the races and remind you to rejoin us for future Go Nuclear Late Model Series events this fall. It came later in the year than expected, but what a night it was here at Mohawk.